It's 33E Vibes. Stay tuned.
All right, now, beautiful souls, I come to you today again with this testimony. This is just about how I manifested something through total surrender and self talk. Okay, it happened to me not too long ago. I did a job for somebody, and a guy took me somewhere where I did a job for him. And actually, after doing the job, this guy was supposed to have paid me. Actually, the cost of the job is the worth of the job is just about 10,000 naira. So after doing the job for him, this guy transferred about 80,000 naira to me. I didn't charge him. He just transferred the money into my account, and he showed me the transaction on his phone, and I was so pleased. So, and it was a very simple job. So after doing the job for him and he paid me, a friend of his saw what I did, and the friend felt he loved what I did for the guy. So he's asked me if I can follow him to his own place so he can just do I can do the job for him too. And when he told me, what actually inspired me to go with him was because where he was taking me to was actually en route to my own destination. It was just on my way to my back to my place. So coupled with the excitement, I mean the joy of his friend's generosity in the payment of the job I already did was actually I felt I can just do this for free. Man, even if the friend had told me, okay, I paid you with the one you're gonna do with for my friend, it will still work out for me because it was way beyond my expectations. So fine. This friend took me, we went in his vehicle as we were going along the way. Now this is it. So I was just contemplating because he already told me it's the same job I was gonna do for him. So I was just contemplating within me, fine, what if I should just tell him to pay me um, 20K, or what if I just tell him to pay me um, 25K, or maybe 30K. So I'm like, fine. So within me, in my head, I kept on, I was just shuffling it in my head. Oh, fine. Well, maybe you should just pay me 15K. Let's not. But at the end of the day, I'm like, even if I tell him 20K and then he bargain, beats it down to maybe like 15K, how was he gonna collect it? After all, it's nothing. But then I told myself, well, whatever this guy should pay me, whatever this guy pays me, I'll still take it like that. Let me just leave it to God. I'm just within me, I just close my mind, and in my mind, I just said, God, whatever you want this guy to pay me, I surrender to you. I leave it to you. So when the moment I said that, I just let go. So continue going in the car and continue coming. So when we got to the place and he showed me the job, I did the job, and it was even simpler than the previous one I did. So I just felt this is nothing. So even if he pays me, whatever this guy pays me, I'll just take it. And I'm just totally God. Even if this guy should just come out and say, I'm giving you 10K, I'll just take it. Whatever you say. This was a total submission. I said I was not gonna bargain. If this guy should even ask me for how much he wants to pay me, I'll just tell him, guy, just whatever you give me, I'll take because I have totally surrendered to God. After all, I've already made my money. I've already made my money for the day. So when I finished doing the job for the guy, and then he just asked me, he didn't even ask me how much first. He just said, what's your account details? So I just gave him my account details, and the guy was just in it on his phone. He was just typing whatever he was doing on his phone, and by the time at some point he now paused, and he said, "What if I give you 30K?" I'm like, "Oh, that's fine." The moment I said that, I started recollecting. 30K was the highest of my contemplation in the car. This is law of attraction, simply walking. So because I just thought within me, even the 30K that the guy asked if he could pay me, if I say 40, he will. Because he just paused and said, what if I pay you 30K? And I'm like, and within me, I was like, 30K was the highest of my contemplation, the highest amount that I contemplated in my heart back then in the car while we were coming. So, and this guy just came out and said 30K, meaning I have made much more that day. And even if this guy had not paid anything, remember, I had already made my money with a lot of gain for the day. Because even the materials I used to do the job was the remnants of the material the other guy had bought. So I was surprised. You see, the only thing I did was total surrender. I contemplated in my heart. I never did anything. There was no serious technique or strenuous thing I did. I just contemplated in my heart, right there in the car. The only thing I did was a total surrender. The only thing I did was total surrender. And then it came to fruition. It manifested. So I implore you, why don't you try once in a while to just surrender? And when you surrender, don't condition your mind and say, keep thinking it has to be this way. Remember, I said to myself, even if this guy doesn't pay me, whatever, even if she asks me again, I will still tell him, come pay me whatever comes from your mind. So why don't you just surrender some of your desires to God and say, and let him be the one to decide when it comes to you and how it comes to you and the measure that comes to you. When you do this and then just let go, our daily activities, every event that comes to our lives and on a daily basis are actually our own self manifestation. So we don't condition them, things just keep happening. So my name is Jume. Please subscribe to this channel.